I'd like you to take a Freedom of Information Act request.
Okay?
Okay? No, that's not a Freedom of Information Act. Okay? I would like to know at what time I arrived at your facility on Wednesday, September 9th, or September 6th.
Okay.
Okay? You might need a pen and paper. I don't think you're
What is
that
your
bright. I don't think you're that bright.
Okay,
You're
so
going to need a pen and paper to take my FOIA Act request. Do you understand?
Sir, what is your name, first of all?
My name is Drew.
Drew what? That's your last
Drew,
name?
I will give you enough information to identify me in the FOIA request. Right now, you have no right to identify
There's
me.
no way for me to look you up and see if you've been here or not. If
Yes.
I have your name.
I will get there.
Okay.
Okay.
I need it before I can even start.
No, you don't. The law does not require that. You are a law enforcement officer. I expect you to uphold the law. You will take the Freedom of Information Act request, get a pen and paper.
No, you're looking for a rise from me and you're not going to get it today.
No, I'm looking
You're not
for
gonna
you
get
to
it.
do your job.
I did my
The
job.
last thing
I
I
gave
want from you
everything
is
I
this.
need to do. I gave you everything that you need. If you wanted to file a complaint, I gave you the forms for you.
I
to
need
file
another
a complaint.
complaint for
So
you,
can
please.
do that. You have all the complaints.
No,
forms
I
that you
need another complaint form
Go
for
search it
base.
online on our website.
Are you denying
can
me
download it.
a
Yes, I
complaint
am.
form?
Yes, I am. I
Okay.
gave you one already. And I'm not
That
gonna
does
do
not change the fact that you're
I
going to
gave
do
you
it
one already.
again.
I'm
You're
not
going to
giving
do
you
it
another.
again.
No, I'm not.
Your job is to do
No,
it
I'm not.
again. You don't determine
No,
if
I'm not.
one
That's
is
not my
enough or
job.
if two is
That's
enough.
not my job, sir.
You do not determine if one is enough or two is enough.
My job-
Go do your job, get me a complaint form, get a piece of paper, and write down the Freedom of Information Act request.
When you give me your name, I can look.
My
at
name
it
is
and see. And see if he ever been here and when he was here.
Oh my god, thank you. Okay,
That's all I'm doing.
oh, I was gonna say the mood is gonna completely change when you start doing your
No,
job,
you don't
but the
determine
mood isn't
the
gonna
mood
change.
right now, sir. You don't determine what goes on here.
I do.
Right?
I'm the boss.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Not here. No, you're not.
Yes,
No, you're not.
here.
Okay.
Yes, here. I'm the top of the organizational structure.
I
Okay,
gave you
above the
what you
sheriff
need.
is me,
Oh,
the
okay.
population.
All right.
Okay.
Sir,
You need to look at your organizational structure again.
you been here?
Do you have a complaint form?
I gave you the complaint form.
I would like another
I'm
one,
not
as
giving
I've
you
already.
another one. I gave you one already. You can download what you need off our website.
You've
I
made
gave
that
you one
perfectly
already.
clear. Thank
So
you.
That's all I have for you
Yep,
tonight.
I've got it on video. It's not a
Yes,
problem.
That's fine. I have it on video as well
Yeah.
too. I have it on video as well too.
Yeah, but yours disappears. Mine's rock solid.
Okay, that's fine. You can do whatever you need to do with that video.
Yep.
I gave you a complaint form, and that's what you.
No, you're gonna give me another one right now.
I'm not gonna
You're
do
okay.
that.
You're
I gave you
denying
that.
doing your job.
I gave that to you already. I did my job.
No.
And I gave
Well,
you
you
that.
did it one time, and then you refused to do it.
I gave it to you already.
No, you gave me one copy of it
That's
one
all.
time, and that you think that is your entire obligation to the public.
That's what I'm
You've
giving
done it
you.
one time. Okay.
Yes.
Well,
that's what I'm giving to you.
yeah, we're gonna need more complaint forms,
Okay.
but
You can download them online. I gave you what I needed to give you at that time.
all right, you're dismissed.
So, okay, no, you need to leave our facility. That's
Hell
all.
no. Hell
Oh, so you
no.
gotta leave.
If you are asking me to leave, I am saying I am not leaving.
Okay, all right. So you're just gonna sit here.
If you are asking me to leave, I am saying I am not leaving.
Okay, all right. Fine, you can sit here.
Yes, I can. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Mhm.
You got all this information?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Mhm.
all I need. You got all your information?
Wow, that sounds like a threat.
I'm not
You're not gonna look up the information that I
You have
wanted
your
to know.
information, sir.
Yeah, I want to know it.
You wanna know what? You were here.
I told
That's the
you.
information we have.
You didn't even listen to me. I told you I want to know when I showed up here. I want to know when I finished intake. I want to know when I got put into holding, and I want to know when I got out of holding. Because being put into holding for over 12 hours is ridiculous. Over 12 hours. Over 12 hours in holding, no blanket, denied a blanket. Why is it taking over 12 hours to get an inmate a bed? Why? Why is it taking over 12 hours to get inmates bed? Do you give out beds once a day? Is that what happens? Is sometimes if I show up, will it be like 23 and a half hours before I get a bed? Why did this happen? That's what I want to
I
know.
don't know, sir.
Well, I know you don't know. That's why I'm asking you to take my Freedom of Information Act request, find out, and then we can figure it out. Then we can have a talk. But you don't know, and you refuse to care. Right? Isn't that what's happening right now?
Nope, it's not what happened.
Okay, well, it seems like that to me.
Okay.
How do you feel about this, Durden?
I'm just listening.
Okay.
If it was me, I wouldn't be wasting my time.
Well, I'm with you. You can do this shit to me. The problem is, it kind of feels like you're doing it to everybody. And don't do that to my kids. Don't do that to people's grandkids. Okay? Stop it. So I'm coming here because I'm a big boy and I can deal with this bullshit that you fucking want to be the boss. You're not the boss of me here. Got it? And so we need to have a change in this department because you guys want to make everything as hard as possible. This entire process is really hard. It was hard on my girlfriend. It was hard on my dad. I'm tough, okay? You guys made it so hard. And then I went to Cherokee County and they were all professional, respectful, courteous, exceeded all of my standards. And on top of that, all but one of them was friendly. Okay, I couldn't figure out how to work the phones. And my girlfriend was so panicked. She was like, can you just call down to the pods and just stand by the phone and say, call him, her. And if he can't figure it out, show him. Because he hasn't called me. I put $60 on his phone card. Help him. And they used the walkie-talkies that we paid for. And they radioed down. And they made sure I could get in contact with my girlfriend. Whereas you guys made it as hard as possible. We can't help you. Yeah, he's not getting out. And like what you said was technically true, but it was like the least helpful, compassionate way possible.
Were you here this year?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And you said you were trying to use the phone?
Well, like,
Information?
yeah, because no one could accept my call. And
Right. So was that in booking or?
this was, I think, after I moved into the pods, but it was just a disaster situation. And the easiest thing for me to look at and say, hey guys, why is it taking 15 hours to get someone who shows up in the evening into a bed?
Can I explain that process to you?
Well, ma'am, I don't
I
know.
can explain the process.
I understand, but
Okay.
you've got a lot of work cut out for you in terms of being able to handle this professionally. Because, like, come on. But I will give you. I'm willing to give you the opportunity.
This is what you asked me for. This is the date you came in, the time that you came in, this is the date you left, and the time.
No, that's not. I want to know when I finished intake
This
and then when I moved into the pods.
I don't know that.
Well,
It doesn't show us.
Well, it's in the records somewhere, and so we're gonna have to review and find it. I'll take that. That's a good start. I appreciate it.
If there's anything else, I don't know what else.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
But,
Is Erin not in the office today? She didn't. Captain Erin.
She's gone for the day.
Yeah, I know, but I left her voicemail at like 10.
Okay. She's gone for
And
the
she
day.
wasn't able to get to her voicemail in 7 hours, I guess. But if you see her, let her know, hey, give me a call. I'd like to get more details than you were able to provide.
Okay.
And really just kind of talk about it. Like, I understand there was a 2-day transportation hold. You did fine in a lot of regards, but 16 hours to a bed when I show up at 6 p.m. is crazy.
I
Like,
understand, and I apologize for your long wait. And
well, but thank you. Okay, that would have been a great place to start this conversation.
You didn't allow me to.
No,
You interrupted me every time I'm trying to explain to you the process.
I don't need to be cop-splained to. I don't need to be cop-splained to, and I get to control the conversation.
Okay.
What can I say?
Because
So,
I'm done.
yeah, no, you're engaged and you actually seem to care. You kind of care, but hopefully we'll get you there.
So,
We'll
sir,
get you there.
I have an idea. Now, you don't have to take this. I'm just, if you can write down the things that you want and bring it back to us.
No, but the FOIA legislation doesn't require me to write it. It does require you to receive it.
Okay.
Okay, and so I believe that I paid for pens
Okay.
and paper for you, and if I have it, please let me know, because I'll make sure that we get
Okay.
you some money for pens and paper.
Okay.
Because it's an important job of documenting things, and I do expect you to take good documentation
All right.
about like things like when I was moved from holding into a
Right.
pod,
So this is-
when
well, this is
when I
the
was
deal.
issued a meal, those types of things. I expect there to be records on that. So I hope that you have enough pens and paper.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we're gonna try to work through this. All right?
Yeah.
We got time. This is the deal. This is what I would need
Right.
to move this further along.
Mm.
I just need a list, and you
Yeah.
can either do it now or later.
Yeah.
Come
Grab a
back
pen.
And
Grab
I
a
can
pen.
write down,
Yeah.
And then hold on, let me finish.
Hmm?
And if you give me your contact information, I can research that stuff, and I can get that information to you and call you when it's ready. How about
That sounds great. That sounds like a FOIA request.
Alright, so-
That sounds.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give him a notepad. I'm
Alright.
gonna write some stuff down, you know, what you want.
Yeah.
answers to. I'm gonna get your contact information. And then, once we get all that information tallied up, then
Yeah.
we'll
And
get you.
and I think the government's a pain in the ass. I don't want to do the complaint route.
No,
I don't want to do
no.
the true FOIA route. And that's
You
why I
wanna-
just asked you, hey, when did I show up? When did I get this stuff? Like, let's just deal with it, and then we can figure out, hey, the general public does not accept 14 hours to get into a bed.
All right.
So what happened?
Spell your last
And
name.
how-
for me.
Arrival. Completed of intake.
So, and what else you wanted to know?
The time of arrival,
Okay.
completed intake, and entered holding,
Hold
right?
on. Completed intake. And then, what was that next one?
And then completed intake, the time I entered holding, those two should be the same. I assume that's one dispatch call.
Now, when you say holding, are you saying?
In booking. Yeah, I was in booking for like 18 hours total.
Okay.
And that's crazy.
Well, let's not guess, because if you say 18 hours, then that means you know what time you got here, and there's no need for me to look that up.
Well,
Alright.
I know,
What's
but
the
I
next
want
one?
you to know.
Okay, I'm looking.
Right? That-
So far, I got
Yeah.
time of arrival, completed, intake, enter holding and booking. We're gonna find that out. Now, what's the next one?
And then so removed from holding
Alright.
and entering a pod or whatever you want to call them.
Okay.
And then the first meal time that I received in the pods.
Okay.
And then that's kind of it on that. And then there's just kind of the general discussion around like when you use torture cuffs and when you don't.
Okay. What are torture cuffs for?
Torture cuffs are the ones that angle like this
So that was
and they don't have links. Yeah.
That was used on you
Right.
in booking?
No. At the thing, and he's allowed to use those, but I
Let
went.
me back up, because I want to
No,
make
you
sure.
gotta do what
Yeah.
happened here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah. No. That was fine. And then it was just like, and then just in general, the complaint from my family was, y'all were a pain in the butt to deal with, and just generally seemed to make the process as hard as
We're trying
possible.
to get past that.
But,
We're
yeah.
trying to answer what
Yeah,
you want.
and so those are kind of my concerns. Like, why did it take over 12 hours to get into a bed? And why couldn't I get a blanket if you are going to insist on making me sleep all night, 6 to 6,
Okay,
on
let
a
me get
concrete
that
bench?
for you.
For a
All right, and address, home address, where you can.
no thanks.
Email?
Nah.
Email?
Yeah. Let's start here, and then end up in the cops plane walking
All right,
off.
so this is what we're gonna do.
That's what we
You gotta
want.
give us time to research this.
Yeah, I think you have like 2 weeks, whatever.
This, well, give us some time.
And like I said, I don't like the paperwork, but usually you'd stamp it received and you make me a copy and you hand me that,
Right.
and boom, that document becomes a FOIA request.
Right.
You send it over to your FOIA request officer, because I pay him too, right? Cool.
So we'll research it as much as possible.
Like-
We'll pass it through our legal system
Yeah.
and see what they say.
Fayette County's supposed to be good. This is my city. You guys are supposed to be awesome. And
Right. Well, that's
No.
why we're having this conversation. We want to make things better again.
I had
We
to
want
fight for it to
upset.
have this conversation. I ran into one of my customers'
Right.
good brothers in here. Were you there when I was talking to him? And he's complaining too. Like,
Well, we just trying to, we can
So-
all take care of you. So we want you to be a happy citizen. We're doing what we can. Is there anything else we can do for you today?
no, that'll be